So, Pep Guardiola has signed a contract extension at Manchester City. Before he signed this contract, he was set to leave the club, in theory, at the end of this season. Now, there's obviously a lot of things going on behind the scenes and in the courtrooms regarding Manchester City and what potential punishment they could face. That case is still going on, of course. That will basically go to the end of the year, and we'll probably hear some kind of decision really on that maybe around February, March time. It's all a bit kind of unknown really at the moment because it's happening behind closed doors and we don't know what's really been said or what's happening, but the case is going as expected. But yeah, interesting one for Guardiola to sign on at the moment. They're not going through the best time at the moment. Manchester City, 4 losses in a row in all competitions at the moment. They'll be looking to get back to winning ways, of course, after this international break. I'm sure this will give the players a real boost because now it's like, well, you know, Guardiola's committed to at least another year. I've heard there's apparently going to be some kind of option on there. I don't know whether that's an option for the club or an option for Pep Guardiola, but for an additional year after that as well, which would keep him there until the end of the 2027 season. But he is currently contracted to stay there until the end of 26, which, yeah, that'll make 10 years, I think, you know, which is really something. 10 years to be at one club. He didn't spend that long, relatively, as manager of Barcelona and Bayern Munich. I think he was at Bayern Munich for 3 years and at Barcelona as the first team manager for 4-5 seasons. It wasn't that long. So yeah, he's had a really long time at Man City. He obviously feels confident, relatively confident at least, in that the club, maybe if they'll get some kind of punishment from the court, it'll just be for the avoidance, the delay tactics they've done, rather than anything more sinister. I mean, people talk about them getting relegated and stuff like that, massive points deduction, things like that. I'll be surprised. I'll be really surprised if they do something like that. That'd be unheard of in English football. Not unheard of in football. We've seen things like that happen before. Look at Lyon in France right now. They're provisionally relegated to Ligue 2. Juventus were, of course, forcibly relegated to Serie B when they had the Calciopoli scandal as well. So it's not unheard of, but I think it's pretty unlikely, to be honest. But yeah, he obviously has had some kind of reassurances from the club, like you know, this court, because they'll know what's going on with the court case, obviously, and they presumably are confident that they will get off without any serious punishment in terms of something like a relegation or something like that. So obviously he feels confident to sign with a club for another season, and yeah, it's great news for Manchester City. It's terrible news for everybody else in English football and European football for that matter as well. Manchester City are going to continue to be one of the dominant forces in Europe and one of the dominant forces in England. Can they overturn that deficit to Liverpool in the remainder of the season? You bet they can. Will they? I don't know. We'll have to see. I just hope it's going to be... I'm hoping for at least a 2-horse race between Man City and Liverpool, and I'm hoping Arsenal can get their act together as well. I just want an entertaining season. If I'm being honest, I don't want Man City to win the league just because it's kind of boring, the same team winning all the league all the time. I would say that if Liverpool were winning it. I was saying that when Man United were winning it all the time back in the day. You know, you want to see someone different in the end of the day, but this very much seems like it's, you know, a bit of a gambit, a bit of a confidence booster to try and get something into the players, to get them playing for the manager and for the club, because they just seem to be kind of petering out a little bit before this international break. But yeah, what do you think about this, guys? Man City fans, of course, you're going to be delighted with this, I'm sure. What do you think about Guardiola sticking around in English football for at least basically the rest of this season and next season and possibly more seasons as well? And yeah, do you think Man City are confident of not getting punished, basically, or not getting a meaningful punishment anyway? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And of course, keep it subscribed to thefootballchronicle.com to see much more content on the world of football just like this.